Nice day, tutor and classmates. My name is Jurani Riaños. This is the final exam about the course Testing and Evaluation in English Language Teaching. A proposal of evaluation. Introduction. The evaluative phase of the teaching learning process is the way to identify the achievements that the students acquires after an instructional process based on the pre-established objectives, measuring in a certain way the acquired knowledge. Community of English learners. Age between 8 to 18 years old. English hour intensity 4 hours in the weekend. Language level basic level. Located in Dolores, Tolima. Number of students 14 to 18. Assessing speaking and grammar. To assess students' production skills, there are a number of factors that must be taken into account. These include considering the examiner and his needs, the kind of information he wants to know about his speaking and grammar skills, and the most appropriate ways to obtain and evaluate these skills so that his test is appropriate and accordingly controlled. Tips that we need to take into account. Getting a message across. Organizing a message for the listener. Using a range of language for different purposes. Being accurate so there are no misunderstandings. Being fluent so a listener is not waiting. Being intelligibly contributing to keeping the conversation going on. To assess speaking and grammar skills through a test, it's important to consider the needs which must be as close to the context we are interested in as possible. So for this reason, we have to take into account what is assessed and how. For example, what are we assessing? How are we assessing? Scoring and grading. Features that we need to assess: grammar range and accuracy, vocabulary range and accuracy, task fulfillment, fluency and pronunciation. Assessment speaking and grammar using didactic material. In this speaking assessment, using didactic material has a flashcards for a significant knowledge and we can use in any topic, for example, present perfect. Using printable material. For example, to use the printable material, we can give 5 minutes to review the flashcards and one by one resolve the sentences. Ask them to use their irregular verbs to create sentences in present perfect tense. Let them know that these sentences will need to be compiled into a short story. Ask for volunteers to use it in a present perfect tense sentence. Correct any mistakes they make. Continue with printable material to assess. For example, we can use the flashcard describing something, has a picture, a place, a person, or an action. Another way to assess is telling a story based on a single picture or a series of pictures or invented. Another way to assess is comparing things, real objects, photographs, artwork, or abstract concepts. Another way to assess, giving some personal information, talking about your family, hobby, hometown, or some experience you had, such as a holiday. We got here one example about the present perfect and irregular verbs with the flashcards. This is the printable material. Fill in the blanks using the present perfect of one of the verbs in the list provided. The student needs to complete the sentence with the irregular verbs given them. We got here another flashcards to complete the sentence. The student here is developing his grammar and speaking skills. We can use these flashcards to make the students can resolve these sentences in our way, in groups with other students, depending of the teacher and students developing. Summative and analyze assessment. This depending of the teacher if he want to improve the abilities of the students, to pay close attention to their sentences structures and make mental notes of the students who may be struggling. Recommendations and suggestions for each student. Thank you for your attention. Thank you.